100 naira ko. Estamba seko.
Good morning, viewers. You're welcome to another exciting edition of the program Lagos This Morning. Today being the 7th of February 2023, we'll be discussing about latest news updates in Lagos State and also across the Federation. I am Olajide Taufik Olamide.
And I am Adeni Ajilare comes Lagos This Morning.
All right, let's take a look at the main headlines for the day. Court stops Buhari CBN from extending February 10 deadline. Naira scarcity will mar election, Father Mbaka. PDP raises alarm over APC's alleged plot to swap 22.5 billion naira for vote buying. Transporters threaten protest at NNPC headquarters over fuel scarcity. Aisha Buhari is part of Aso Rock cabal, Najat Muhammad. Lawan in, Machina out, as Supreme Court decision split lawyers. Singer Timi Ovasa reveals the vital lessons she learned from her last relationship. All right, let's go straight into the details.
Court stops Buhari CBN from extending the February 10 deadline. A High Court of the Federal Capital Territory at Wuse Zone 2 on Monday issued an order to restrain President Muhammadu Buhari and the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) from extending or interfering with the February 10 deadline for the use of the old 200, 500 and 1,000 naira banknotes. The court issued the order following an ex parte application that was brought before it by 4 political parties.
Yeah, 4 political parties actually came together yesterday to
Go against the deadline.
Yes, they want the CBN and Buhari to actually extend the deadline.
Why did they not mention the political party's name?
No, the political party's name, I think ADC was there.
ADC.
And other 3 political parties like that.
Okay.
So they are clamoring for the extension of the February 10 deadline.
Why?
Maybe it's been alleged that some of them still have the old Naira note with them that they want to change.
Since when has the order has been given since November, right?
Yeah.
So why are they still want the CBN to extend the deadline?
Yes.
After he has extended it to
February 10, yeah. You know why I think is that probably there are some politicians who still have this old notes with them. And let's say the CBN, let's say we have about, imagine there is 4 trillion old Naira note. So the CBN would now print money that is not up to that amount. So they want them to just deposit the money and let it be in your account. So with time, gradually, we would bring out the new Naira note, which would not be up to the amount of the old Naira note that is in circulation. So we would be able to control the money in the system. So many people, if you want to pay for maybe petty things, you use your cash. But if you want to pay huge sum of money, you do transfer. So the kind of cash these people have with them would not be able, CBN would not be able to change it to the new Naira note at this time like this. So the CBN is just telling them, don't worry, go and deposit this money to the bank. But they want to change this money to cash immediately. Maybe it's been alleged, people are talking about it out there, that some of them want to use this money to buy votes. I don't know how true it is.
Because these political parties, they are not even helping the masses to talk about the first scarcity in the country.
Yeah,
they are only fixated on the
Naira
note.
You know, politics is a game of interest as usual, and where they are heading to is where their interest lies.
Exactly.
But I noticed something. It is not all politicians that are clamoring for the extension of the new Naira note. Some politicians don't want it to extend. Some feel like, okay, the CBN is doing well. Peter Obi came out the other day, he posted on his Twitter page that it will be good for Nigerians on the long run. That it will help Nigerians on the long run. That Nigerians should just find a way to make sure that they align with the government now and just endure this hard time. But I think now another problem is that our banks out there, they are hoarding the little amount of money they have with them. They are not bringing this money out. Yesterday I saw an update where the joint task force of EFCC and ICPC, they discovered a bank having 278 million naira in their vault. 278 million naira.
Is it the
new note? And they refuse to bring it outside for people to collect. So personally, I think it's a game. Everything like this, I think it's just political. Because if it is not political, everybody would be out there telling the CBN to stop this kind of thing. And the CBN itself would not want to inflict pains on the masses, knowing fully well that in the next few weeks, the people will be going to the polls. They will be casting their vote. The election is just February 25, just about less than 20 days from now.
20 days, exactly.
18 days. The election is 18 days. So I don't think the CBN would intentionally want to inflict pains on the people if it would not, on the long run, benefit the masses.
Why is the banks refusing to let the money circulate?
Well, I think from what I've been hearing out there, I think people are saying that majority of these banks, maybe they are waiting for some politicians to come for them, or they have actually kept this money for some high-profile people, not actually the masses. But the masses out there want their money. At least I can't have money now in bank and not be able to withdraw it. It's just as if you don't have any money at all. Because even a few days ago, I tried withdrawing, but even the charges was just exorbitant. Now, if you want to withdraw 10,000 naira, they'll collect 2,000 naira, which is even 20% of the money.
20%. When they are not good.
Just imagine. For every 1,000 naira now, it is 200 naira. Now, imagine you want to collect 100,000 naira from a POS guy.
That's 10,000.
So you would pay 20,000 naira.
Is it 20,000?
Yes, 20,000 naira to collect 100,000.
Someone said he collected 500,000 naira and he had to pay 200,000 naira as charges.
Well, this is what I think. I think personally, after the elections, these things will come down. Okay. Because now, let's say it is not time for election, I don't see any reason any bank would want to hoard the money that is meant for its customers. Because when you lose your customers, you run out of market. You would just, you liquidate. There's no way. Because your customers are keeping you afloat in the business world. So if your customers are not being satisfied, they will go to another person to get satisfied. So I think now if Nigerians can endure till after the election, I think if Nigerians can endure till after the election, there would be more benefit to this thing. And I'm looking at it, I think on the election day, you would know out of the politicians who are for the people and who are not for the people. Any political party you see that day bringing out cash, just know that the ones that should have been disbursed to the people, they've ordered it now. They've ordered it now. So by the time the election comes, it will be easier for them to buy people's votes. Because by then, people would need something, need the money. Even now, people need money.
Of course, who doesn't need
So now imagine a particular political party coming out to say that, okay, my political party would give you this money with no charge. Bring your old note, we'll help you to change it. Some people will feel indebted in them.
Even if they are not going to request for the old note, as long as they are
giving them the new notes that they need. Though the CBN said the deadline is February 10, but you can still bring your old note to the bank. But not just that, you would quickly exchange it immediately. You can still deposit. Okay,
that means it didn't really extend the deadline, but then you can still go to the bank.
You can still go. Yes, you can still go to the bank to actually submit your old note.
That's good. Okay, please, if you're watching us right now, please kindly drop a comment. We are going to be very, very responsive to every comment. Okay. The next one we have here is Naira scarcity will mar election. Father Mbaka, Spiritual Director of the Catholic Adoration Chaplaincy Enugu, Reverend Father Ejike Mbaka, has warned that the current Naira scarcity, bed evening, the country might mar the forthcoming general election if not addressed immediately. Mbaka, who gave the warning during his first Sunday ministration at Adoration Ground, Umuchigo Nike, since returning from suspension, wondered why the new monetary policy is being implemented in the last month of President Muhammadu Buhari's administration.
Well, the scarcity of the new Naira note is taking toll on Nigerians now.
It is.
People are really angry out there.
And you know, people might know. Okay, let's say for example now, probably you don't have any cash on you, and to withdraw is war. And then this is election day.
Yeah.
You have to like probably where you're going to vote is probably far.
It can't be far like that. It should be your ward where you are living. It should just be a stone throw. Just move out.
You know, some people be like, I don't want to trek, I want to take bike, they want to do big man.
Well, but that's true.
So now the new Naira note, I don't think it's going to affect the election. But in my own case is that like, if you don't have the new Naira note and someone approaches you, that's the war.
Yes. That's
cause.
how it is going to affect the election. But do you think everyone who collects money on the election, they will do the bidding of the political party?
They will not. Because people are wise now. Do you know why I said so?
Why?
Because it is this party that is causing this commotion, this wahala in the country. For scarcity, insecurity, scarcity of new Naira notes.
Yeah.
And I think these people will still want, they will still want to vote for the same party.
Some people out there still want to vote for them.
That means they are rich.
Well, it's not about being rich. You know, this democracy, anyone can choose to support any candidate.
They can choose to support
regardless
any
of what they have done or any other thing.
I'm sorry. Let me just say, the ruling party, which is APC, has dealt with us like massively.
Okay.
So imagine, I can't imagine myself. I'm not trying to like say the APC party is bad or their presidential candidate is bad or something. I'm just after the party. Like, they have dealt with us. So I can't imagine myself voting for APC again. Under APC's regime or tenure, we've had like so many killings, police brutality, forced scarcity, and so many other things like that. And then, I don't know. Well, it is democracy.
Yes. You have the right to either support anybody or decide not to support. Because there are still people out there who still believe that the APC can still rectify anything that they didn't do well under President Muhammadu Buhari by the perceived incoming president, if he emerges, which is Ashwadi Bola Tinubu, like if he emerges, he would actually rectify what some kind of wrongdoings that Buhari might have done. But I just feel like the scarcity of the new Naira notes would not really affect the election.
It will not affect the election.
Because the electorate, what they need is to come out and vote. I think who it will affect are the politicians.
Because the electorate will be like, we can't go on with this anymore. So they will come out aggressively to cast their votes. And
I think all this scarcity of Naira note and it is just pure politics. Because just look at it now. We have shortage of new Naira notes out there, and even the ones that the CBN said they've actually disbursed outside, some banks are still holding this note. And now, even if you say that you want to do transfer, that one is now worse.
Very worse.
You can't even do transfer.
Okay, we have a comment here. Nas said, good morning to you guys, and I miss you guys too. We miss you too.
Good morning, Mr. Nas.
Okay, Sai Dauda said, good morning. Cash is not owning aspirants to buy votes since there is transfer. Transfer is not going.
Transfer is now something else. I've been trying my USSD.
It's not going at all.
Not going at all. Even my bank app, see, once you start looking at the bank app, like, transfer, okay, you want this transfer to go, that is when it will not go, but just leave it aside. It will not take about 5-10 minutes before the transfer will go. Now, if a particular person decides to buy votes on that day and there is no cash and you want to do transfer, how many people do you want to do transfer to when even the transfer is very, very slow? And then let's look at it from this way. There is no electorate that would vote first before collecting money. They want to collect the money before they vote, because once they vote, if you refuse to pay them, it is gone.
It is gone.
So I think it won't really affect the election. The electorate, we the voters, I don't think anybody needs a huge amount of money to go and cast their vote. No, it's just to check to your polling unit, vote, probably stay behind till they count the vote and actually declare who wins in that particular ward. Then you go home. I think it will affect more of the politicians than the electorate. So that's
okay. Mr. Wonderful God said, what of those that don't have money for transport to go out?
To go out. I think that day, that election day, especially the presidency, I don't think there will be movement. Like everyone going for their business and the likes. I don't think so. Even if there would be, I don't think it should be like that. They should just leave that one day for everyone to cast their vote. You know, it's the time for Nigerians to decide the next 4 to 8 years of their lives. Because let's just look at it this way. If you are 28, if you are 32 right now, just add 4 years to your age, you'll be 40 by then. If you are 42, you'll be 50 by then. So this election is just like a very big thing, a big deal for Nigerians. Anyone who is 22-year-old now, you'll be seeing yourself as, okay, I'm still young. But imagine the kind of president that would emerge. By the time the president is going, you would be 30 years old. So you should be able to take a decision right now that would, it will affect, it will either make you or mar you. Because to some extent, you can still say that someone's success is dependent on himself. But if the environment is okay for you, it would be faster. It will be faster.
All right, on to the next one. PDP raises alarm over APC's alleged plot to swap 22.5 billion naira for vote buying. The People's Democratic Party has exposed what it described as a clandestine plot by leaders of the All Progressive Congress, allegedly working for the presidential candidate of the party, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to swap 22.5 billion naira notes for new ones in Kano State. This, the PDP said, was part of a desperate move to actualize APC vote buying plans in the 2023 general election. National Publicity Secretary of the PDP, Honorable Debo Ologunagba, said this in a statement in Abuja on Monday. He said, the PDP has been made aware that the 22.5 billion naira in old 1,000 naira notes was allegedly kept in a Kano State government facility before being moved to a particular old generation and a certain new generation bank, where the regional heads were contacted by the APC presidential campaign to swap the old notes with the new Naira notes.
Well, it's just an allegation.
Exactly.
It's an allegation.
So you can't really say.
There's no evidence.
There is no evidence
for it.
So
you don't have picture evidence. You don't have any audio evidence or something.
And they are opposition parties.
They are opposition
so
parties.
They will always come up with all kind of.
They would always come up with a way to demean themselves and actually bring down the other opponents. APC would tackle PDP and PDP would do the same as well. So I think what they say in every rumor there would always be an iota of truth. So either they want to exchange money, either it's 22.5 billion or something. They might want to exchange money. It might not be up to that money. It might not be up to 22.5 billion naira, and it might be more than. But it is just under. It is just an allegation, as I said earlier. It's an allegation. So I don't really see anything big in it because it's an allegation. There's no evidence for now.
Transporters threaten protest at NNPC headquarters over fuel scarcity. The coalition of transporters has threatened to picket headquarters of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited over fuel scarcity. Their communique issued on Monday was signed by Jamilu Mai Al-Eri, chairman of Trailer Drivers Association, and 5 others. They are Tricycles Owners Association of Nigeria, National Association of Traders of Nigeria, Commercial and Motorcycles Association of Nigeria. Others include Market Women Association of Nigeria, Trailer Drivers Association of Nigeria, and Luxurious Bus Operators Union. Voila.
Well, I don't think it is advisable. I wouldn't advise anybody or any group of people to protest now.
Why?
Because it is election period already. If anybody wants to protest, let them take their protest to the polling unit. Protest with your PVCs. That is what I would advise, because it is better and it is safer to protest with your PVCs. If you can vote for someone who will do well, you won't need to even plan any protest, because before you plan the protest, that means you've been consulting that government and they've not heeded to what you want. They've not been listening to you. That is why you are taking protest to the street. If the government has been listening to them, to their plight, to this fuel scarcity issue, if they actually solve this, nobody would be planning to protest. Nobody. I think even human rights activist Femi Falana, I saw an update yesterday that he's planning. I think he said he's planning to maybe organize a protest, for this fuel scarcity and also the new Naira scarcity. I would not advise anybody now to do protest or something. It would be as if you want to truncate the effort of the INEC, and you actually don't want the election to actually hold. So there's no way you would go outside for a protest now that the police officers wouldn't clamp down on you. Because you feel like election is just 18 days and you want to protest. What are you trying to say? You're passing a wrong message to the people. And if you actually incite or instigate the people to come outside like that, they might start, destroying things. If the protest is being hijacked by thugs.
That's
Yeah.
true.
So I wouldn't advise them, if they want to protest, you have your PVCs. Go to your polling unit and then protest with your PVCs. If you vote right, if you vote for a leader who is ready to serve and who is not only there for maybe personal gain or something, then everybody will be fine.
Exactly.
Even if what they want, even if they have any agitations in their mind or any idea or any plan or something, even if the president or the governor of your state does not immediately attend to the problems, at least it would make you feel like a human being. It would carry you along. It would sit you down like, okay, what is wrong with you guys? What do you want? Okay, what are your problems? You analyze it and it will carry you along. You would know that he's trying to solve the problem. You might not see 100% solution, but you will see 100% effort. So you feel like, okay, we are not being neglected. You feel carried along. So they should take their protest to the polling unit. That is my advice for them.
Okay, all right. Aisha Buhari is part of Aso Rock cabal, Najatu Mohammed. Former director of the All Progressive Congress Presidential Campaign Council, Najatu Mohammed, has alleged that First Lady Aisha Buhari is part of the cabals in Aso Rock. Mohammed made this claim in an interview on Arise TV on Monday, February 6, reacting to Governor Nasir El-Rufai's claim of some Aso Rock cabals working to scuttle the forthcoming elections. Mohammed said that unlike the Kaduna State governor, she is not afraid to mention names. The former APC presidential campaign director also pointed out that Aisha Buhari's brother is Director General of Nigerian Security Printing and Minting Company, the agency responsible for printing Naira notes.
Wow. Well, we've been talking about cabal, Every administration, you would hear of cabal, but you don't know the people that are there.
But she says she's not afraid to mention names. Should we believe her? But we can't still believe her because we can't just believe a word coming out from just one person and without evidence.
Well, in that kind of case, you don't expect to receive any evidence. It's not as if there is a list or all the cabals are being elected or being selected by President Muhammadu Buhari or something.
When Nasir El-Rufai said that, she actually supported. That's Aisha Buhari.
Yes,
She supported in one way like that.
Yeah, but Najatu Mohammed now is coming out to say that Aisha Buhari that is supporting what El-Rufai said, that she is also part of the cabal. I think the cabal are just maybe group of some people in the presidency, in the Aso Rock, that make things work. Like what they want, that is what will happen. If they don't want it, just forget about it. If you can't convince them to get some things done, then you won't get it done. I think those are just the kind of set of people. And then if you look at it, I think everyone in the Aso Rock, people have been alleging that everyone in the Aso Rock should be called the cabal, since they are the ones that are making the decision. Yeah. The new Naira note policy wouldn't have been out there without the consent of President Muhammadu Buhari. It's not possible. And even, I think the word cabal, they are using the word cabal in order not to attack Buhari directly. So they feel like the cabal doesn't want, they've said something like the cabal doesn't want Tinubu to succeed Buhari. But they won't come out to tell you that Buhari doesn't want Tinubu. Why? Because Buhari is still the president and he has a huge amount of supporters behind him, millions of votes behind him. So most of them now wouldn't want to attack Buhari directly. I think that word cabal is just a kind of decoy or something. They don't want to go straight to the point. They want to, cut corners.
They made it seem like it's like some group of people.
Like not Buhari, some group of people in the presidency. And there's no presidency without the president.
That's true.
So there's no way the president is also is also among those people in the Aso Rock Villa. And where are this cabal has been alleged? They are saying that this cabal are in the Aso Rock. Is Buhari not in the Aso Rock? Is his wife not in the Aso Rock? They are all there together. So I think this cabal thing is just a kind of strategy by other politicians who in one way or the other might be needing Buhari's support for the forthcoming election. So they are using that word in order not to attack Buhari directly. So Buhari wouldn't feel attacked. So even if Buhari comes out or maybe in closed door session, like you people are attacking me, they'll say, no, now we are not attacking you. We said cabal, we didn't say Buhari.
You didn't mention your name. Exactly.
So I just think it's a kind of word to divert. I think we should have some comment now.
Games. Okay.
Let's take a look at some comment.
We don't have any comment yet.
We should.
Yeah. Lawan in, Machina out. Supreme Court decision splits lawyers. With a split judgment of 3-2, the Supreme Court yesterday nailed the aspiration of Bashir Sheriff Machina 18 days to the election when it announced the Senate President Ahmed Ibrahim Lawan as the senatorial candidate of the All Progressive Congress for Yobe North Senatorial District. The Apex Court in the majority judgment voided and set aside judgments of the Federal High Court and the Court of Appeal, which affirmed Machina as the candidate, having won the May 28, 2022 primary unopposed. The Senate President did not participate in the primary for National Assembly election, as he was at the time a presidential aspirant and contested for the ticket of the ruling party, which held on June 8, 2022.
Well, before I comment on that, I think we have a comment. We just need to refresh it. So I think what caused the problem, what caused the issue in the APC between Machina and Ahmed Lawan, during the primaries, Ahmed Lawan was gunning for the presidential ticket. But Machina was there for the senatorial ticket. Ahmed Lawan didn't participate in the primaries for the senatorial ticket. But the APC as a party, they don't want Machina. According to what has happened now, they clearly don't want him to take the senatorial ticket. They want, what's it called? Ahmed Lawan. So it's not as if the judiciary system or the court actually just waded in and say, okay, they voided Machina's, what's it called, senatorial ticket or something. So it is just a kind of thing between the APC, like, we don't want you. We know that you've won. You have the ticket, but we don't want to support you.
Okay.
So this is the person we want to support,
is that not
regardless.
Like, they are trying to, like, use power, like, to usurp someone.
Is in the party. And the party has to, you can't remove yourself from the party. Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's Machina.
Yeah.
He's in the party.
Yes, he's in APC. Yes, same party with Ahmed Lawan.
They want Ahmed Lawan. So
it's clear.
Okay.
So it is not really a kind of, had it been it is like APC, PDP, or Labour Party, PDP, or like inter-party, that would have been a kind of big issue. But if we look at it on the long run, on the underside, we can still say the judiciary system is, well, it's just as good as our police force, as our, what's it called, as other agencies, another body in Nigeria. Yes. Yeah.
Faithful God said, God have mercy on us.
Yeah, God have mercy on us. As much as we are praying at home, we are praying behind the scenes, let us come out by February 25 to do the formal thing. Praying is good, it is spiritual, but let's do the physical as well. They say the spiritual, faith without work is dead. And they say the spiritual controls the physical. But if you don't do the physical as well, the spiritual is just as useless as anything.
All right, singer Temi Ovwaza reveals the vital lesson from her last relationship. Taking to her handle this morning, she wrote, "My last relationship really taught me to listen to the things a person says about their exes and the way they talk to themselves. If all their exes deserve to die or burn and they are mean to themselves, when they are upset, their internal monologue is shit they will project."
Yeah. I think I kind of agree with her. Because when you are, okay, our viewers, we've actually diverted now on the low. Let's stay on the lighter note now. Shift away from politics a little bit.
Okay.
So I think I agree with her, because if you want to enter into a relationship with someone now, I believe that you should be able to ask that person about his or her ex, what actually caused. You might not say exes, but just say the last one, the previous one.
Why did you guys
what really?
break up?
Yes. If the person exhumes a kind of bitterness against the ex, just know that it's a red flag. It's a red flag, because if you are still angry about the past, there's no way you can move forward.
Exactly.
Yes.
If you are still like talking bad of the ex or something, that
yes,
means
you're here to get over the person. And I don't think it is advisable to go into a relationship with that kind of person.
Yeah. You have to work on yourself, get yourself right, get your mental health like straight. because you can't go into a new relation with unstable
Mind.
mental distance. So it will affect you and affect the person you are going there with.
Yes. Because everything in the past relationship, you would actually ship those bad behaviors into this current one, and you'll be blaming the new guy for the excesses of the other guy,
Wow.
of the old guy. So I think I kind of agree with her. If anyone wants to go into a relationship now, just make sure you are first of all a friend. You can't just meet someone today and tell the person tomorrow that you are now in love, you want the person, you want to marry the person. It's nonsensical. It's nonsense. You first of all be a friend. When you are during that friendship stage, don't rush. Just let her be herself. As a guy, don't rush. Let her be herself. Let her feel free with you. Then she'll be able to express herself. And also as a girl.
I feel like you're talking.
So you're feeling guilty?
No, I'm not feeling guilty. Like, don't worry.
You feel like I'm talking to you?
No. When you said as a friend, like as a friend.
Yes, as a friend.
Okay, I understand.
You would start from friendship level. Don't rush. You first of all start from stranger level. Then you go to acquaintance. Then before you go to maybe colleague. Then you go to friends, because you can't just jump those phases to friends.
Okay.
You can't say I'm your friend or you are my friend without.
Sorry, like how many months, how many years would it take for that friendship? Like
It doesn't have duration.
It doesn't have. It can last up to 10 years.
Well, because this marriage of a thing, it is lifetime. It should be lifetime. But now we realize that majority of the people now, most times, they just break up, like irreconcilable differences, stuff like that. They divorce. So you talking about the duration now? We can't just pick a kind of duration like, okay, you have to be friends for 4 years, 5 years. Don't rush things. If you are able to know a lot about this person in the shortest period of time, then you are good to go. But if you notice that this person doesn't want to open up or the likes, it's not necessary you ask the person directly. It doesn't even make sense. How would I be saying, oh yeah, tell me about your this thing, tell me about that thing? It doesn't make sense. You need, as a guy or as a lady, you need to be able to interact. First thing is communication. Don't assume. Assumption is the lowest level of knowledge. Because why? Assumption is 50-50 thing. It can be right and it can be wrong. So just...
Are you trying to attack me?
How am I attacking you now?
Okay, we have a comment. Star Daniel, wow, you're welcome. He said, don't ask too much about the past. Exactly. Some actually, some current partners, they tend to be like, okay, fine, you can ask, but don't ask like too much. You're trying to bring back some memories that has been buried, which is not good.
No, you don't need to bury the memory. Anything you bury will germinate. That is the truth.
If you bury the dead, will the dead germinate?
Flower will start growing there. It will serve as manure for the flower for unwanted plants there. See, even the dead is different now. Anything you bury, it will germinate. It is better to resolve it, acknowledge it. Okay, let's say someone broke your heart now, and you feel very bad about it. You feel cheated. Acknowledge the fact that you've been cheated and let life move on. But if you bury it, at the slightest opportunity, if anyone talks about that ex, or you meet someone who bears the same name as your ex, the memory will come back to you where you buried it. That's why Yoruba will always say "Okuta esi ese erinta" or something like that.
I'm guessing that.
So actually, like what Star Daniel said, that you don't need to ask about the past. You don't need to. But if you get to a stage of friendship with someone, you don't need to ask. One thing will lead to one thing that will lead to the person opening up about her past relationship. It might just be. And what's that? And even I think if you want to ask someone about his or her past or something, don't ask the person directly. First of all, throw your own past out there. Throw it at the person. Make the person feel safe. Once the person can perceive that you now feel free to share even vulnerable stuff with them, they will come out to you too. You can't just start asking me now, how many ex have you dated? How many? What's your body count?
Guys
I will find it
don't say
offensive.
their body
Wait first. This is how you should do it if you want to do that kind of thing. You don't ask ladies directly. There will be a time whereby you'll be free, then you're just talking randomly about different things, chipping your own there. Maybe I just say, oh my God, bad, many girls will say, by the time you open up on private things about your life, she'll just open all the can of worm like this in your front. And by then, your facial expression would matter if she would proceed. Your facial expression, your reaction. Ladies are wise. They will read all your body reaction once they are talking about something private about themselves, especially something secretive that they are not on a normal day comfortable saying. So once you open up, even if she says that I've slept with about 15 guys, you'll say Udogu. If you hear her, she will continue. But if you say way, you put on the head, maybe your facial expression just read a kind of negative stuff. That is where you see the full stuff. So you should be able to communicate. Yeah, you are looking at me like I'm a professional something. I mean, yeah. Yeah, I know how it goes. So that's just that. I agree with her. You don't need to go too hard on the person, and just make sure if the person is still hurt about the past, try to ensure that indirectly you help the person fix it.
Okay, I think we have a comment here. Flame. He said conceiving for another man, giving man another man's child is worse than adultery. Just go and be a second wife there.
That one is out of this world. Why would you conceive for one man then give it to another man? But we've seen this thing happening most of the times. So what I would advise guys out there, do DNA. Do DNA. Even if you don't have the money, go and borrow. It is better to borrow for DNA and know your child now than to raise the child to reach maybe like 25 years old and you later realize that it's not your child. The heartbreak might kill you.
Do you know it's actually like very, very like heartbreaking, this paternity fraud?
Yeah, it's heartbreaking.
It's really, really heartbreaking. I'm sorry, I want to use the case of Nedu Wazobia.
Okay.
He did DNA test on his kids.
Okay.
One of them happens not to be for him.
Okay.
And then he said when he asked the wife said she forgot to tell him. How?
You shouldn't have asked the wife. That's the mistake. See, I wonder
after
why.
After doing the DNA test, and then he got the result that, oh, he is not the father of this particular boy. Then who is the father? And she now said she forgot.
See,
that he didn't ask.
See, he shouldn't have asked the wife. That is the mistake.
What should they have?
See, there are some people. See, I always say something. There are times you gain knowledge from experience. But I don't know, there are some times that you just be knowledgeable, like maybe spiritually or something. You know, just fly into your head. Because there are some things that even me, I know that I've not really experienced it. But it is wrong for you to, something happened, you find out that your wife, your child is not, that you're not the owner of your child. You now call your wife like...
What will you do?
Just take action immediately. Immediately when you get home, just tell her, pick this child, both of you go to where you find this child. And don't even say more than that. You see. Wait.
What you said yesterday, let me recap what you said. You said, if you should do paternity test and you find out that you are not the father, that once you guys are coming from the hospital, immediately, and once you just like stop at a filling station and be like, please let me and get something.
Exactly. There. And I'll tell her, that child that you go and miss the father. Immediately, you don't ask ladies that kind of thing. They will lie to you 100%. See, it's very sure. It's not about testing the hypothesis. It's a confirmed hypothesis. I've been in kind of similar situation like that before. Once you find out that this thing is true, you don't ask them anymore. They will lie to you. They will manipulate you. They will gaslight you. And the last one, they will make sure they guilt trip you. Because they will feel like you didn't ask me and I forgot. It will now make you even more angry. So once you find out that, okay, this is not your child, just get to, don't even get angry. Don't show your anger. Don't wear your anger on your face. Just still be calm. You can even go to the eatery while you are coming and even buy ice cream for the relationship.
You are wicked. Just
wait.
Leave me alone.
Yeah,
Sir Daniel, he said, what if your partner has gone through counseling and the past has been resolved?
If the past has been resolved, you would know. From her words, she'll feel like no matter how bad the guy is, she'll feel like, it's just one. But that one has gone, Jerry. That one has gone. Exactly. But once you notice that you raise up her past, she now feel like, this is that guy. God will punish him. God will do this. God will do that. It's a lie.
I used to be like that before. I'd be like, this guy, whenever you are, I'll be like,
what's the point?
Need this. What's
See,
the point?
It will become successful. We will get married and have kids. You still there. They play.
We are not acting Hollywood.
You're not acting Hollywood. Just it is life. You will break some people's heart. Some people will break your heart. That is how life is.
I'll break people's hearts.
So I think I should even start a relationship coaching stuff.
Ah,
I'll be
don't
coaching
start
people.
though.
Why?
All the girls be getting pregnant.
Getting pregnant. How?
Don't worry.
No. That's not possible.
It's not possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
No.
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
very disciplined. You should know I'm a very disciplined guy.
I know you're very disciplined. Olamide said he wants to marry
Marry who?
like 100 wives. So I'm just wondering if you should start like probably a counseling this thing now. All of them, once they are done.
Wait, even let's check the scriptures. Did they say don't marry more than one wife? Which scripture point out that
Please,
don't marry?
Please, I don't want to go into details of that.
Go into that.
I don't want to go into because Olamide, if you actually start.
No, tell me a particular page of the Bible that says that, a particular verse or chapter that says that, like, thou shalt not marry more than one wife. Is that, see, that verse that say that.
When Abraham, when Abraham took in like their maid servant,
okay.
God was very angry with him.
Because God was angry with him does not mean you are the ones that is concluding. It does not mean that I say do not. When he say do not kill, do not steal, that is a direct, a direct rule. Do not. If I do something for you and I agree now, it does not mean that I shouldn't do it. So forget it.
Don't talk to me again.
Come on, I shouldn't talk to you. You are not my girlfriend now. Come on. So why are you now angry? Me.
I'm not angry. I'm just pissed on behalf of your girlfriend.
She's cool. That's it.
She's cool.
You know, the wife of Obalegu, she came out the other day to say that there's no way men will cheat.
That's our own cross. We are quite different. Her name is Sekinat. My name is Adiola.
But do you know men will always cheat? Do you know?
Not all men cheat.
All men. 99.9% of men cheat. Those that don't cheat are the ones that not get caught, that they didn't catch.
Then the 1% is going to be my husband.
Okay, look at you. They play. They play. Is it Jesus Christ?
Olamide, you are making it seem as if all men cheat.
See, it's just normal. You know, I do say something to you. Like, if me now as a man, I don't condone it. I don't want it. But a lady can decide to take it. Yes. It's your choice.
Wait, calm down. So if you are to be in a relationship with a girl that and she happens to cheat,
bye.
What if you should cheat?
If you want to stay, it's cool.
You're toxic. I'm sorry.
If you want to stay, let her stay now. It's a choice. Come on. I think we have a comment here.
Olamide, please don't marry more than one wife if you don't want trouble for yourself.
Which one? Who said that?
You don't have to advise.
You see,
wait.
You
don't have to advise Olamide not to marry more than one wife. It is his cross to carry.
You notice that King Solomon, the wisest man that ever lived. You know how many wives?
Are you wise?
All the things I've been saying here, you even like, this guy is talking to me. That's wisdom. That is wisdom. That is wisdom. King Solomon married 300 wives.
So you want
and on top of those
wives?
300 wives, he had 700 concubines. Imagine. See, if they say if you marry one wife, he'll give you peace. Imagine marrying 20 wives.
If I can,
peace would just be overflowing everywhere.
If one husband can give me peace, then why can't I marry more than one husband?
See, it's not the same thing. It's a man's world. It's a man's world. You people are just one of our ribs. You are not even complete.
That rib will break.
You know how many ribs a man has?
Everything will
break.
You're trying to justify cheating.
See, it's just natural. See, this is the reality.
It is not natural. It is very, very abnormal. Why would you cheat? Why would you want to cheat? If you don't want to, you can just let me go.
And go now. Once you catch me cheating, you go. I'll find another one that will accept it.
May I not meet someone like Olamide? In Jesus' name, amen.
Oh God, it is well. So, yeah, we've come to the end of the program today. You can do well to like, share, and subscribe to Flip TV for more amazing content and other news updates. And you can also do well to join Christian Chukwu on the next program, Bystanders. Till we'll come your way again tomorrow for another exciting edition of the program Lagos This Morning. Bye for now.
Bye.
100 Naira, let's